my first memory was, oh God, it's horrible to be honest.
That don't matter.
It was Wild Boys by Duran Duran.
Wild
Boys, what a great song.
For some reason, I was just obsessed with that, especially the video where the thing came out and bit him as he was going around in the windmill and all that stuff. But yeah, something about that
windmill,
song.
I forgot about the windmill.
Yeah, something about that song caught my imagination. But I also have really fond memories around that time of listening to the Beatles, doing rock and roll classics. I mean, I still do Long Tall Sally to this day because of the Beatles version.
Yeah, the Beatles are great. Yeah, I think it's amazing how many. Doesn't matter how old the person you speak to is. Like most people have the Beatles somewhere in there.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, like somewhere in there, you know, or like a band who are inspired by the Beatles, or
they've just got this longevity about them, haven't they? You know, I think they're going to be you know, in 50 years' time, people will still talk about the Beatles.
I think what Beatles added to the mystique, I think anyway, is the fact that they obviously got famous doing popular kind of like old rockabilly stuff, almost like not rockabilly, like rock and roll stuff, and then that's what they got famous for. And then at one point they were just like, fuck this, we're gonna do what we want. You know, they just were like, yeah, we're just gonna do what we want. And then I think that kind of added to their like myth, because they just were like, no, we don't want to be part of the pop world, we're gonna go away and, you know, record the White
What
Album.
a lot of people forget as well is it was a really good marketing scheme. The way they were put together, the way they were packaged, it was brilliant.
They were great,
for that time, they just captured a moment.
They wrote great songs.
They wrote great songs.
Such great
Absolutely brilliant songs.
Such great songs. Yeah.
So what's edit that out. What's your best? What's the best era you think?
Oh, see, it's impossible to call.
You don't have a favourite or anything like that?
Well, obviously, as a young kid, you would listen to what your parents listened to. So listen to a lot of 60s stuff, listen to a lot of Beatles stuff and a bit of Stones and all that sort of stuff. I kind of dug into their influences, listened to a lot of blues. Obviously, everybody spots the blues influence.
A little bit.
But then, I dug further back, went through some of the Congress recordings, the field recordings, and listened to some of the really early blues stuff recorded in the field.
Yeah.
And then sort of found guys like Ali Fakatoure from West Africa, and they're doing the same. It sounds like John Lee Hooker, but it's not even a guitar he's playing. You realise that this all kind of stems from something in the same place. I started playing blues by accident. The notes sounded right.
Yeah. So good for you. Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen Bobby McFerrin playing an audience.
No.
He starts humming a tune, jumps to his left, hums the next note. Jumps to his left, hums the next note, then jumps to his left, and the audience sing it for him. Because that pentatonic
they know that scale like
comes naturally to everybody.
Like intrinsic to your being, you just know what that next note's going to be.
Yeah.
So you know, like it's when you go. What's the dude you like? You did Graceland. His name was again. Paul Simon.
Just for video purposes, our chief editor Katrina Webb, the amazing Katrina Webb, is behind the camera there.
Yeah. Say hi, Katrina.
That's why I'm behind the camera.
It would have been quicker to say hi. Paul Simon did Graceland, you know, and he'd like all his African influences.
Yeah.
But he still sounded like Paul Simon, but he just had this different like soundscape around him. But it was still, and I love that you can, like you said, go to West Africa and you can still have that feel, you know. The great thing about music, it doesn't really matter.
Sometimes it's slightly different scales, slightly different tunings, but there's always certain feels to it. I mean, if you listen to Indian music, you can hear a lot of the same things happening.
Well, if you go back to the Beatles, you know, with what they did, you just went to India, you know, and just wrote. But they've got that influence, but it still sounds like John Lennon and Paul McCartney singing, and it sounds like a Beatles song, but you just have these odd instruments you've not heard before, you know, and you're like, what is that? But it still sounds like the Beatles. They've still got like I said, slightly different scales they may use or whatever, but like it still has that feel, which is amazing to me.
I mean, a lot of really great music is breaking new ground, and sometimes to do that, it's just mishmashing styles together.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And that's what breaks that new ground.
I think everybody's influenced by somebody at some point in their life. I mean, look at Oasis. They pretty much stole every single one of their riffs from somebody else. Or the main majority of their riffs was stolen.
They were all from the Beatles, but we all know it was mainly T-Rex.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well,
that's right.